Life lessons from 2024 that you can take into 2025 from your therapist and business mentor. I'm your business consultant, but I'm also the person that is here for you every week. This podcast, or for those who are watching on YouTube, this YouTube channel, there is something special about this place. And I think part of it is that we can't actually see each other. It's like, I know that you're there and I know that you're listening. And don't get me wrong, I'll get messages from some of you after the episodes and reaching out in my DMs. And by the way, if you haven't left a positive review or liked or shared, please go do that because this space is the most impactful space that I have. It is my favorite space, it is my heart space. It's one space that I don't feel like I have to be filtered or I have to be mindful of what I'm saying. I can literally say what is on my heart. This episode is not structured like my others because I don't know about you, but something that as I go into the end of 2024, something that I've noticed both with myself and with my clients that has been admittedly quite frustrating, even though we do need it. And it's something that I'm still kind of getting my head around. So, I'm being honest about the fact that I don't know the answer to this yet, but I am kind of sick of creating content thinking about the SEO title, the search engine title. Is this search optimized? Does it have the name burnout in it because I want to be known as the burnout expert or burnout mentor, right? Is it aligned with my sales funnel? Is it aligned with my other content? Blah, blah, blah. Like, don't get me wrong, as business owners and entrepreneurs, we need to be strategic with our content and the things that we're talking about, especially when we're trying to assert ourselves as an authority in the space. I get that. And I mentor my clients on how they can build their authority too. So we can both be industry and thought leaders. But I just want to speak from my heart. And so there's certain platforms where I am speaking from my heart, and the podcast is one of them. Also, if you're not already following me on TikTok or Threads, I'm just saying whatever the hell is on my mind at that time. Or maybe it's a quote that I've said to a client, or maybe it's epiphanies I'm having during business meetings I'm having. So that comes from my heart. And so today I want to speak from my heart to you because I have had the hardest year of my life in 2024. It's not been an easy one for me, but it's also been one of the best, if not the very best year of my life. It's also been the most transformative year of my life. Like, I do not know if I have had a year where I have changed as a person more than this year. So, what have I gone through this year? Well, I went through a separation. I had to let go of my dream house, which was super frustrating because I had renovated it. I had got it to a point where, it's not just the renovation, right? It's not just the painting or the lights or whatever. I got the furniture the way I wanted it. I got the pillows and the intricacies just to have to let it go. I started an IV drip company, and then unfortunately, my business partner and I had to part ways. And it showed me a lesson that I needed to see because, again, that I'm spiritual, right? And I see this both psychologically and spiritually that either life or your unconscious or the God, the universe will keep giving you the same mistakes, the same lessons, the same patterns until you change it or you learn it. And so that business partnership in that business, I had to close that. That was a painful lesson because again, I'm that business, I'm having to pack that. I'm having to pack my bags for India. So a lot of you know I went to India and I got my teeth done. I got dental work done in Mumbai this year. And I'm literally packing my bags. And at the same time, as I'm packing my bags, I'm going, shit, I just lost a ton of money. I have to let all my clients know that we're closing. I have to let all my staff know, hey, we're no longer in business. I don't know what's happening with certain things. Certain people are ghosting me. There's outstanding invoices to be paid in the thousands and thousands of dollars. And yet here I am in India. I'm packing my bags for India. I get to India. I'm in pain because, I'm getting dental work done. I'm away from my kids, which is already distressing, but I'm in a spiritual place. I'm with my mum. And yet I shifted powerfully when I was over there. It could not have happened with more divine timing to have 2 weeks of reflection without my kids because it's hard to reflect when my kids are around. I'll admit that I'm in mum mode, I'm present. It is not a time where I can reflect because I'm literally like, what do you need to eat? Who needs a nappy change? What's going on? That's hard to be in a reflective, contemplative, powerful state. So that happened then, following month, a business conference that I had been dying to go to for so long, paid money to go to, was finally meeting one of my own business mentors that I've been engaging with for over a year. Fly there, and I fly into Tampa, Florida. That's right. I flew into Hurricane Helene. So I arrive in Tampa after 2 long flights, 2 long drives, all of that sort of stuff. Arrive at the hotel, check in, yada, yada. Middle of the night, my mentor emails me saying, conference postponed. Emails, everyone is to evacuate by 4 p.m. the next day. So literally, I'm in Tampa. I've flown all this way and I'm having to navigate, okay, shit, this conference is canceled. Can I make it back for the next one? Do I have it in me? I'm meeting some incredible women in the lobby where first we all acknowledge, okay, this is shit. We cried, but then we got to meet each other, hear about each other. I got to hug my mentor in person, even though it wasn't for that long. We still got to meet. And by pure divine timing, right? This is the craziest thing. My brother moved 4 hours away into Miami, near Miami, in a 6 week period. Like, of all the years we have known each other, the chances of him being just 4 hours away from Tampa are like not there. But he just so happened to not have anything on because usually he's a busy dude. He's an entrepreneur too. He's always got shit on. He's always flying places and they're always doing things. That week, he was in Miami. I was able to catch a Uber, which again, 4 hour Uber from Tampa out of the hurricane zone because there were no hotels available in Tampa because it was hurricane zone. I drive to Miami. I get to stay with my brother who just so happens to have nothing on. My sister-in-law, my niece is there, and I get to party in Miami for a week. So margaritas and fish tacos. Did I get to go to that business conference? No. Did I get to learn the business things I wanted to? No. But did I learn that the universe always has my back and that I can back myself and that no matter what life throws me, hurricane or not, I can figure it out? And did I know that family is the most important thing? And did I learn life lessons from my brother and sister-in-law, who my sister-in-law is a neuropsychologist with MS. My brother is a tech entrepreneur who retired young and had incredible things. And we didn't grow up together. He is my half brother from my dad's side. And it is just so interesting that We didn't grow up together. We grew up on opposite sides of the world, with our dad, who was not the most present or attentive father. But something about both of us going through that experience turned us into entrepreneurs, because our other brother is also very entrepreneurial, can't follow the rules, all of that. So who knows? Maybe having a neglectful father leads to successful entrepreneurship. Regardless, it's been a firecracker of a year. I've had to deal with legal stuff. I've gained more money than I have ever had. I've lost more money than I've ever had. I've been given more free shit than I've ever had. I've met more incredible people than I've ever had. I've had more people fangirling over me than I've ever had. My I'm coming back to me too. Like, I used to love the fashion I used to have before I was a mum. I used to feel incredible and strong and sexy and all of these things. And I really lost that in the early years of motherhood. I lost a bit of my sparkle, and I lost a bit of who I was in my marriage. And I don't want to make this sound like I'm blaming the kid's dad or anything like that, because I think we choose the people we get into relationships with, and they bring out something in us. So when you're interacting with people, I almost feel like it's a choose your own adventure of like, okay, if I talk to this person, I don't know what the path is, but I'm going to go down this road. Or if I am best friends with this person, or if, everyone is a reflection of you. And so obviously we reflected each other until we didn't anymore. But that's what happens. And so, what a freaking year. My lesson this year, I can absolutely 100% back myself. And you can too. I was able to navigate a hurricane in another country. I was able to navigate money losses, money gains, friendship gains, relationship gains. Everything in my life has quantum leaped. I live in a new suburb, new place. I literally have new friends, new connections, different business. There is nothing like new body. My body is changing, my hair is changing, even my makeup is changing. And I swear to God, my face is changing. I've been doing facial massage for over a year now. And I am telling you, remember all the girls on TikTok who were doing gua sha and facial massage? I have continued to do that. And I swear to God, it makes a difference. I've not had any kind of Botox or anything like that yet. That is not to shame anyone who has, because I'm definitely looking at that, because it's my birthday coming up next month. And so that Sagittarius in me, it's like time to get some fire under this butt and get something. But I really do feel like it's made a difference. But regardless, I have learned the lessons because, again, I don't think anything is coincidental. I don't think anything happens for no reason. And I do think that we can turn our pain into power. Pain doesn't make us stronger always. Again, your pain is what dysregulates your nervous system, your trauma. But I do think once you process that pain and you acknowledge that pain and acknowledge that story, it absolutely can be used to help other people, to impact the world. And so I went through all of this because you're going to go through some of this too. And I'm going to be the person who can guide you through it. And there's a quote that I have from Brené Brown that I always tell people who come on the podcast. And I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but it goes that your story will be someone's guiding light and guiding story when they're going through the same shit too. That's the gist of it. Sharing our stories helps. It's other people's survival guide. That's what she says, is that your story will be other people's survival's guide. And I've gone through some really personal things in my childhood that I've not yet shared on this podcast, and I'm not ready to yet. I will. I'll get there. But in the meantime, sorry, let me get some water. It's not a coincidence that my throat started to choke up as I talked about my childhood, right? Yep, my body was like, hey, girl, I'm going to give you some symptoms, somatic symptoms, because we're not ready to go there. Throat chakra closing up. But what I will say is everything I went through this year, the lesson that kept coming to me was you know what to do. You know how to back yourself. It is time. Even through all of this, I didn't trust myself with money or finances. I always grew up watching my dad manage the finances or my husband manage the finances. I earned the money. I just kind of gave it away. I wasn't checking the accounts or anything like that. So I've had a massive journey of owning it and becoming everything I needed to be, or knowing that, yes, I am good at things and people ain't shit. That it's such a funny lesson to have. But even Obama recently said every time he went up and he went up to another table, and he literally was at the most powerful table in the world, and he's like, you get to these tables, and people ain't shit. Those people sitting there, they don't know. A lot of them got there through nepotism, or they're not really there, or they don't know what they're doing. And I think that's the thing, is that most of us are kind of always going to feel like we don't 100% know what we're doing. And trying to get that sense of control of always knowing what you're doing is only going to hold you back. You can do this. You are so much more powerful than what you think you are. You are better at what you're passionate about than you think you are. The biggest thing is you got to learn to back yourself. You got to learn that no matter what life throws you, no matter what hurdles get thrown at you, you can use that to pivot into who you are meant to become. Because the work isn't the work itself, it is who you become from doing the work. And touch wood, I have had incredible successes, but regardless of what my external successes are, my external things going on, no one can ever, ever, ever take away from me who I am now. And I am someone who loves themselves. And I'm proud of myself. And I get amazing results for my clients, and I feel good about that. And I lead from my heart. And I'm proud of the people that I work with, and the clients that I work with, proud of the work that I do. That took me a hell of a long time to get to, because I thought that if I articulated those things, I'm an asshole, or I need to bring it down, tall poppy syndrome stuff in Australia. I need to dim my light to make people comfortable. I'm going to come across as a narcissist, and having someone in my life who is a narcissist, I never wanted to come across as like self-centered or all of that. So this has been a massive year for me. And it it's also about trusting my decisions, because I have had people in my life not respect my opinion or my decisions. And that ended up being detrimental to me. You know, there were financial decisions that I was like, hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do that. Hey, I want to do this. And some of the people in my life didn't back me. And if they had, I'm telling you right now, I would have had way more money. I would have had enough money to set myself up and my children up for a lifetime. And if I had the guts to go, I know what I'm talking about and I back myself and I'm proud of myself, and you can either listen to me or get the hell out of here, I would have certain things that I'd like to have. But that wasn't given to me, because I needed to go through this to learn this lesson, to show others how to get through this lesson too. So really hope that you're getting something out of this. And I want to know, let me know on Instagram, let me know in the comments below. What life lessons do you keep getting in your life? Because the common thread for mine this year was that I've got me. I've got me. I can do it on my own and I can back myself. And when I do, that's the most healing thing I can do for every version of Sheena who is living inside of here. My child self, my adolescent self, my teenage self, my 12-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 21-year-old, 30-year-old self. They're all inside of me. And every time I choose me, I back me, I spent money on me this year. That showed them that we are worthy of this. We can do this, and anything is possible. And no matter what happens, how in the world can anybody ever take that from me? That is not possible. And I want that for you too. And now I'm okay with people describing me as Australia's leading burnout expert. Before, was I? Absolutely not. I had trouble owning that title, right? And now I own it and I'm proud of it. And I want that for you too. Instead of just saying, oh, I make candles, I want you to be like, I'm Australia's leading candle maker when it comes to candles that bring out memories for you. Feel that power, feel that love of self in that messaging. I don't care what career you have. Like I said, you could be selling $5 candles. You could be a gardener. You could be a cleaner. You could be a woman on TV, woman in publishing, woman, I don't care, an accountant, whatever the industry. Because in my coaching programs, in my one-on-ones, when I'm mentoring people, I've worked with women in business from all businesses and strategies and heart. And I can tell you, when you lead with your heart, when you use your pain as lessons, the anxiety, the burnout, the trauma, when we look at the patterns, you can be the biggest, best version of yourself. Why not be the best in your industry? Why not be a thought leader? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you be the one who spreads the message that needs to be said? You find your heart and your message, and it is so powerful. My message, it's around, I truly believe lifestyle change is the best medication for mental health. And the best way to create lifestyle change is through changing your business strategy, changing your career strategy, believing in yourself as an industry leader, knowing that when you step into your voice in a powerful way, you can help everyone and anyone to never feel alone like you did, to never be misunderstood like you were, for all of us to feel more connected, more loved, and more supported. We need strong female leaders. So why not have it be you? Why not it be you? That is what I stand for. So I want to know what you stand for. It's one of the things we work on when we start working together is I want that messaging to come out, not just in your content, but like you as a person. I want you to walk around being a walking billboard of what you stand for, because I know that I am. Whenever I'm with people, I just know that I'm aligned with my business self, my personal self. My motherhood self could use some work because I still pick on myself as a mother, but that's okay because I also know that I'm not meant to be perfect and that this life is a journey. So that's just my unstructured, unthought about speaking from my heart podcast episode for you this week. And I hope that you got whatever the message you needed to get from this today, because it was fun for me. And I hope that you connected to my story, the hurricane, losing my house, losing a business that I absolutely adored, and the life lessons that I had to get from that, gaining money, losing money, my nervous system going through the fucking shit of all of that, right? My, and being kind to my nervous system through rest, right? Knowing that I had to completely pull back on my business so I could rest. And that's why when I used to have the 20-hour business academy, I was so happy because I'm like, thank goodness my business is structured to allow my nervous system to rest, right? So I know that you're going to get something out of this and share your story with me. Let me know how this resonated with you today. Reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you find me. I want to hear from you because I genuinely care about you. Why not? Because if you're a person in this world and you're healing, that means it's a better world for me and my children, and realistically for all of us, because we are all one. So the more healed all of us can be, the better that all of us will be. All right, beautiful soul. I care about you. I'm thinking about you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. And I will see you in the next episode of Burnout to Brilliance. Bye for now.